Well, match day 2 in the Euros is over and done with. Scotland won, Switzerland won. What's your immediate thoughts on the match?
For me, massively frustrating. Listen, I think the team in general, I think we had a much better showing in that game than we did against
Hmm.
Germany, but that's no hard today, to be honest.
No.
I think that if anything, I'd put my frustrations lie with Clark more than anything, because I think we had a front line there who, as the game went on, as you said, were pressing very intensely at the start of the game. Eventually, their legs were going to get tired, and we were looking for that kind of fresh front lineup. Obviously, you were screaming out for Shankland as well, which I completely agree with. But like you
Yep.
say, Christie, you've got Forrest on the bench there as well. I do think Billy Gilmore made a massive difference. I think he played well. It kind of make. I mean, it's debatable whether making that change in the Germany game would have made much an impact with the quality and the gap in quality between the two sides. But I think against Switzerland, you did see a bit more energy. You did see a bit more desire. But
Look, we started the
listen,
game really well. We didn't look as if we just came off of a 5-1 drubbing by Germany. We got in their faces, we pressed high up the park, which was missing against Germany, and obviously it's much harder to do against a team of Germany's quality. So we started off very well, I would say, in terms of our mentality, in terms of our pressing. Makes such a difference when you can defend high up the park, for you begin your defending for the front line, put Switzerland under pressure. They didn't like it when we put them under pressure, but there was literally only one thing that stopped us from getting a 3 points tonight, and that was an individual error by Ralston. He plays the blind pass into the middle of the park. Shaqiri runs through, intercepts it, scores an absolute worldie,
mm,
right enough. So you can't take. He still had a lot to do, but one individual error cost us the victory tonight.
definitely.
But again, there was a lot that we done well, but
Oh, we
still,
had our chances as well.
yeah,
We
yeah.
did have our chances as well.
Later on in the game, I would say, because I mean, getting to the 75th, 80 minutes, and we've still only got two shots on target. Obviously, one of them was the goal, and I think the one that hits the post is very unlucky. But I think you need to go for it a bit more. See, when you're
You
coming
do.
in the last 20 minutes, last 15 minutes at least, for me, it's a bit insulting to bring Lawrence Shankland off the bench in the 90th minute,
Aye,
and
considering the
Christie,
season he's
to
had.
be honest. I think it's obviously I would say it's a decent performance and a decent result, but I think it still puts a lot of pressure on you getting into this Hungary game. So I would have liked to have seen us actually going more for the win. But aye, the players done well, but I think that the
I
attacking
mean,
substitution should have been done
I
earlier.
mean, after Germany, like a point isn't a complete and utter disaster, but I put a lot of, weight on saying complete and utter disaster, because at the end of the day, we come in this game, we wanted to see the win, we wanted to see the 3 points. It made that last game a whole lot easier to navigate.
Take a lot of
I mean,
pressure off you getting into the
take
last
pressure
game.
off. Obviously, Hungary's no mugs. Like they're a really,
Yep.
really tough side. But it would have took the pressure off. I think it would have. I wouldn't say it would have made us favourites, but you'd have had a lot more belief in the fact that we'd begin into that game with the excitement of we could qualify
Hell,
here,
I'd
like
rather
without a
go
doubt.
into the last game against Hungary with 3 points than 1 point.
Aye,
We're
hundred
currently
percent.
sitting on 1 point, 3 points behind Switzerland in second place with a 6 goal deficit.
Aye, it's
It's
no,
not great.
it's
There's a
no
lot of
great.
pressure on you.
It's no great.
And even if we do win this Hungary game, I don't know what happens. I don't know if third place, there's a few third place qualifiers. If it
Let
comes
us know
down
in the
to goal
comments.
difference, let us know how it works. Probably should have looked into it, but hey ho, whenever. But at the end of the day, look, that game was there for the taking tonight. I think
Definitely.
we started well. I would say it was probably 50-50 throughout the match. Obviously, they scored an offside goal,
Yeah.
had a few decent chances themselves. I'm
Oh, they
sure
looked
they,
very dangerous on the break as
yeah,
well. And at times I almost was thankful for having that back three back there all the time, that kind of
aye.
defensive, because I did think we a lot of like a majority of the time we did deal with it pretty well. To be honest, we were worried about the pacey, Switzerland's forward players going on that break, but I think we did handle it pretty well. Obviously one of them was offside, but couple of the through balls ended up being dealt with, and it's a shame as well because, like say, Tierney going off with what looks like a pretty lengthy injury as well.
I mean, his Euros is definitely done.
I mean, it was the way.
So you're now missing Tierney, you're missing Porteous. A few of the other players might be carrying knocks or might have heavy legs going into the game on Sunday. For
Tierney's
me,
is a shame because it's going to carry into his season because, well, it was the way he kind of went down. He looked difficult.
And I think that's a recurring injury for Tierney as well.
Definitely.
So you can tell when you get stretchered off, you're going to be out probably for a couple of months. But another thing I want to say as well, right? So the first half, we do the high press. It stops them from playing out as much. When they play it out, they're good. They were decent going forward as well. But I think when we put them under pressure well, and when we were successful in our press, we kind of got some at least half chances off it. So what I want people's thoughts on is why, when our forward players begin to tire, does Clark no switch it up, get another 3 on, let them press, keep the energy up,
Aye.
let them press for the last 20 minutes.
We knew it was going to happen because the major difference between this game and the Germany game was that the press. Obviously, we weren't pressing at all for the Germany game. We
couldn't get near them.
Play. But every time a Swiss defender got the ball, it was a sprint by one man, and then obviously the other 2 players coming in behind to wait for that out, to see where that out ball's going. But everything was a sprint,
and they didn't like it.
And it was refreshing to see. No, they didn't like it at times as well. Even throwing a sprint at a goalkeeper, you need to make that happen because, as I said, a defender can make a mistake in a split second, like one of our defenders did.
And the good thing about our press as well, when we pressed them and we almost forced them to go long, they're playing a long ball up and we've got three centre backs at the back anyway.
Aye.
So by pressing, you're not leaving yourself short at the back. Do you know what I mean? And we'll deal with that long ball 9 times out of 10.
Aye.
You know? So by pressing them as high, you're sort of forcing them not to get on the ball, go long, maybe look down the channels, which actually suits us.
Aye, panic stations. You want it, panic stations at the back. You want them to be nervous when they get hold of the ball, even when we're quite far off the press.
Something I have to mention as well and pick up is the reaction to the games. Just watching the post-match reaction by the players, presenters, it seems that we're being a lot more critical about the result than the the people that are analysing it in the studio are. And I know it is obviously a point's better than a loss, but for me, I think we need to be trying to win games like this. And no sort of accepting a point. We score early on, we should really kick on for there, but unfortunately that mistake happens, and then offensively we just didn't really offer very much.
We're seeing the replay the now, but that finish by Shaqiri is phenomenal.
Unbelievable.
He could not have tucked that in the top corner, mate. It
actually starts so far out the post and curls in. It's unbelievable.
Absolutely beautiful. I would put it this way, no goalkeepers getting to that.
No,
absolutely no goalkeepers getting that. You could argue with the position, but I think that's clutching it strong.
I don't think any goalkeeper, and it hits it first time as well.
It's the fact it's probably the same. The ball's probably the same distance away from the crossbar than it is the post. It's perfect right into that corner.
Postage stamp,
man. First time as well, and we also had talking of chances. We also had that chance where it was scrambling, we hit the post at first. Bit of a scramble in the box, and to be honest,
it's so unfortunate, isn't it?
It is unfortunate.
Obviously, we're just watching the replay here. Sometimes that hits the post, it comes off one of our players, and into the back of the net. Just the scramble didn't fall for us.
It's pure. Well, you look at a scramble, it's
you need
just
that bit of luck as well.
Man. It's where the ball drops. Not the defenders don't know where the ball's gone. The forwards don't know where the ball's gone. It's literally pure luck, and it just didn't really pull off.
Can I mention one more thing before we wrap the video up as well, right? Because if anybody was in the live stream and is now watching the post-match reaction, you will have heard me say for the 45th minute onward, we should bring on Shankland.
You said that for the kick-off.
To be fair, I said it before the game even kicked off. But Shea Adams, for me, is your striker. He's played 180 minutes or there or thereabouts. No, I think did he finish the match? Did he finish up top? I think he did.
Who?
Shea Adams.
Shea Adams.
He didn't get subbed off. Anyway, he's played both games, basically the full game, if not the full game. What has he offered for you?
Nothing.
But I know he's doing the defence. I know he's doing the
I wouldn't
doggies.
say it's his fault because it's just so isolating up there, man.
But how
It's
can you
so
continue?
isolating.
How can you leave him on the park for 180 minutes and not take a
And he's not
gamble on
making an
Shankland,
impact.
who's
And not making an impact. Aye.
confidence is high, full of momentum. Like I said at the start of the video, for me, bringing on Lawrence Shankland into stoppage time, mate, is an insult.
100%.
Disrespect, honestly.
Well, if you've enjoyed the video, remember to like and subscribe. We also want you to jump into that commenting section and let us know your opinions and your thoughts on the game and also on our thoughts as well. Remember the BlueSea channel memberships are available. It's a great way to help us invest a wee bit more back into the content, show some support as well. The link to that is down in the description, and the wee join button if you're on your laptop or your computer is up there somewhere. And before we head off, we just want to say that we will also be continuing our live streams on Sunday for the Hungary game, and we will be kicking that stream off at 7:45. So we really hope to see you there.
Massive game.
Great, a massive game. It's been great getting to know all of you, all of our subs. It's been great talking to you in the chat, getting your opinions on the game while it's happening. We'll see you next time.